friends and railway modelers. I hope you're doing great. Welcome to my channel. I am Arnit from Arnit's Trains. This video today is all about couplers. All of you know what couplers are and what they do, right? They join up the different wagons and locomotives and make your train run. Well, there's more to it. Couplers can make or break your train. They can cause derailments and cause all sorts of unhappy things. So I'm going to teach you all about couplers in this video. Depending on the type of the layout you have, be it big or small, and the type of prototype you are using, be it UK or US or European, I'm going to tell you which is the best coupler for you to use so that you can run your trains in its most efficient way without causing derailments. So please watch this video till the end. And most important, please share your comments and questions so that I can make more follow-up videos. So we will start a discussion with what to consider before you select your coupler. The first point is whether your buffers are spring-loaded or not. So here you can see how the buffers are spring-loaded. As you move the wagons into each other, there's a spring motion to each of the buffer. The next point is prototypical appearance. Here on the left side, you can see how closely spaced the wagons are, and on the right, the spacing is quite unprototypical with a large gap. Next comes the track radius of your layout, and you can see my layout has standard second radius. The sharper the turns, the longer the couplers you will need. Let's start a discussion on the different types of couplers. The first type of coupler we see here is called the knuckle coupler. These type of coupler were fairly commonly used in the United States, and the advantage is that it is very prototypical. We can buy them in three different types: the short length, the medium, and the long length, depending on your requirements and the radius of the tracks you have in your layout. The disadvantage is that you need to have some kind of magnetic uncoupling system below the tracks in order to trip these magnetic strips here. So you can see here when the coupler is engaged, the coupler heads are engaged, you need to move these links in order to free the heads. If you do not have some uncoupling mechanism, you need to insert a small stick or a rod here in order to free the mechanism. So now we see the knuckle couplers in action. Here I have coupled two scale coaches here, and this is placed on a second radius turn, and you can see the distance between the two coaches are more than the typical distance, but it's helping maneuver the coaches. So now you can see I'm using an Akirski magnetic wand to free the knuckle couplers very easily. And I'll just show it again here. I use a pin now instead of the magnetic wand. It's a second alternative. If you do not have a magnetic wand, you just insert it inside and slightly twist to free the couplers. So because the radius of turn is second radius, I am using a medium length couplers. So you saw how it works. Moving on to the next, we have here is the Roco short link coupler. Personally, I prefer these coupler the most because it solves most of the purpose. It's mainly used in the European wagons and the locomotives. The way it works is very simple. It just clips into place mechanically. There are no magnetic material involved here, so it just clips on directly like this. The heads here can be pushed in, and the coupler is uncoupled. Again, these are equipped with the NEM pockets. Any wagons having the NEM pockets, you can easily swap these for the other type of couplers. So here we see the operation of the short link couplings. It just clicks into place. It's very, very simple to use. I bring the same Akira scale wand here. Just give it a slight nudge from below, and there it goes. It's uncoupled, one of the easiest couplers to use, and my favorite. In order to recouple, just click them back into place. The distance between the wagons is very prototypical and simple to use. Moving on to the next here, we have the British tension lock couplers. It's very commonly used in the UK wagons and locomotives. It is the most unprototypical of all the products here because you can see it spoils the look. Absolutely, it is very unprototypical. It looks large and it increases the gap between the wagons a lot. It's fairly easy to use though. And again, you need some kind of uncoupling ramp in order to disengage these couplers. But believe me, the mechanism is not very easy to use, and sometimes these do get stuck and cause derailments. So usually whenever I buy these products, I swap them out for the Roco short link couplers. The operation is again very straightforward. You just lock it into place by bringing the wagons together. It's very similar to the previous one. And with a bit of a struggle, yes, you're able to push it up with using the same magnetic wand. And mind it is just plastic here. You need a little bit of practice, otherwise, it's fairly simple. The next one in line is the brand new Scale magnetic dellner coupler. It's very prototypical. Can zoom in here a bit, and it just snaps into place using magnetic force. When the wagons turn, it opens up slightly. The only disadvantage of that, if your layout has very sharp turns like radius 1, the wagons might derail because of the buffer lock that does not have much play into it. So if you like static wagons or your layout has very smooth curves, you may go for this. This is very intuitive indeed. You just bring the wagons closer and you'll see the magnets which are attached to the couplers are just automatically forced to go against each other and clip into place. It's fairly simple, and you can see my favorite person lying down there. Excuse the person there. And yes, you see the wagons are nicely hooked to each other. The wagon spacing is fair, not very large like the tension lock, and it's very simple to use. You just pull them apart, it comes apart very easily. Here you can see the wagons are taking the second radius turns without much derailment here. Although sometimes, yes, these wagons have derailed. There you see the first one is derailing because the magnets do exert some extra force. Last but not the least, we have the Roco D-Link standard coupler here. And the way it works again is pretty simple. You have two heads here, which are again made of magnetic material. During the coupling operation, it just slips into place like this. And it is very firm, and I have tested it quite much. Couplers are pretty decent and they do not derail, even if subjected to radius 2 and radius 1 terms. You need some kind of push mechanism or some uncoupling mechanism to lift these heads because they are again magnetic in nature. Some of the ESU products which have electromagnetic uncoupling are coming equipped with these kinds of D-link coupler. Here you see that in action. Both these D-link couplers are made of magnetic material, which clicks onto place when you bring it close. You use a magnetic wand again to unclip it very easily. You bring it very close to one of these D-links, it just pulls towards the magnet and you are free to move the wagon back. The locomotives which are equipped with DCC electromagnetic uncoupling also works in the same using the same principle. Very intuitive, simple to use, and okay-ish wagon spacing. Finally, we have the three-link coupler, which was very prototypical here in the UK wagons. So those of you who like to
uh, who prefer prototypical depiction of your wagons would love these kinds of couplers. But again, if your track layout has sharp turns, it will cause derailments.
So this is the UK prototypical three-link coupling, chain coupling. So this only works if you have spring-loaded buffers that come along with your rolling stock. Otherwise, this is not going to work. This is the most prototypical, and it's mainly used for static display or if you have very good smooth curves.
So, quick summary: most versatile one of them all, Roco short link coupler. If you love prototypical UK or Indian, you may choose the knuckle coupler. The default coupler for UK products, tension lock coupler, and the most prototypical operational was is the three link coupler. So now I'm going to show you in operation how it works when fitted to the wagons.
So here you see the Roco short link couplings taking a turn here. So the wagon spacing is quite prototypical, and as the wagons move into and out of the turn, look how the buffers move against each other. There is no buffer locking, and notice how the buffers that are inside the turn press against each other, and this is where the spring action comes in, which are spring loaded. As the wagons move out of the turn, notice how the buffers will separate from each other, and there's going to be the normal spacing restored. So this is exactly how a real wagon also behaves during a turn. So now you see the wagons have come out of the turn and the buffers are separated. And now these are the wagons in the same turn, but this time with tension lock couplings. Notice the difference in the wagon space. The inter-wagon distance has increased multiple times. It does not give the prototypical look, but if you have very sharp turns and maybe even radius 1 curves, this is the only option you've got to prevent derailments. And now you see the chain link couplings, the UK prototypical chain link couplings that come along with the Akira scale wagons here. This is just like the real deal, as I told you before. But if you have those sharp curves, you might have derailments. Notice how the wagons are prototypically placed again. Going to show you what is a buffer lock. This Hatton's coach is equipped with the Roco short link coupler, and it's going to derail there, right there. And you see on the left side, the coach has derailed because of the smaller spacing and the non-spring loaded buffer. So I'm going to show you again. The wagon moves and it derails right there. Why? Because the buffer is exerting extra force on the left wheel. Solved by replacement with tension lock couplings, which increase the space and reduce the buffer force. We have come to the end of the video. I really hope you have learned something today. So I really look forward to see your comments below in the section. I have tried and provided most of the links in the description from where you can purchase these couplers, and I have included the descriptions. So thanks for watching again, signing out.